Gobble gobble, Anthony. How are you?
After the little break that we're going to have, can you tell me how big your turkey is?
Oh, I will show you how big my turkey is.
I'm Anthony. Welcome to No Vacancy Live. That's my friend Glenn.
You're watching the #1 show in hospitality. Hey, everybody. Glenn Hausman over here. Anthony Melchiori over there. We're talking turkey. Anthony, mine is 19 pounds. How about yours?
I think it's about 19. I fell down when you said what you said. I was like, I couldn't breathe. How are you, my friend? It is good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Great to be here. Great for all of you tuning in right now to join us here on another episode of No Vacancy Live. Anthony, I'm excited. We're going to be talking about a new emerging hotel company and stuff like that. But before we get into that, I want to take a quick stroll back down memory lane to a classic hotel company. Of course, I'm talking about the good folks over at Radisson. Jim Alderman, the CEO over there. We got Phil Yu, the Chief Development Officer. They would love to talk to you about franchising some of their great brands over there. They're going to have a lot of announcements coming. My guess is somewhere around Alice and their annual conference in February. It's going to be exciting to see how this company is continuing to develop over time, Anthony.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to being there.
Yeah. All right. So with that out of the way, what are you doing for Thanksgiving, buddy?
Always home. Some family come over, chill. And I don't do any cooking. I do a lot of eating, and we just chill out, and we play a little family poker. And it's going to be too cold to hang out in the yard, but and then Black Friday, I take the kids and my nieces and nephew out for 2 days.
Yeah.
So I have a whole Black Friday and Saturday planned.
You do to a super secret location somewhere.
Secret location. I can tell you the exact itinerary, and they will never hear it because they have never listened to our show. So I have no worries.
Well, I was thinking more about so people wouldn't know where you were. So I was trying to keep it cool.
I'll be in the vicinity of Manhattan.
Oh, the vicinity of Manhattan. All right. So not at the Hausman Pool Club Resort and Smokehouse, which is
sir, no, sir.
So speaking about pools and stuff like that, you're saying it's a little too cold to go outside, but you usually keep your pool open. It's probably heated. You could just do the.
No, it's actually closed now. My wife yelled at me enough that it's now closed. It was closed by, I think, about a week ago.
Yeah. Oh. That's great. Dr. Producer Suzanne says it's 66 down there in South Florida. Lucky you. That's really nice. Super chilly here. But I'll tell you, do you want to say something, Anthony, before I?
No.
All right, cool. You had that about to say something kind of a face with you. I'll tell you who's got a lot to say. We're talking about Mr. Ken Patel, chairman of EV Hotel Group. Got a brand new brand coming. And full disclosure, I'm on the advisory board over there, so it's pretty cool. It's interesting. First question I have for you, Ken. Patel, what an unusual last name for an Indian gentleman.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, it's just so unique. Tremendously unique.
So can you tell me why? Can you tell everybody why a lot of Indian hotel owners are named Patel?
I really couldn't, but I could tell you what they might be doing wrong.
I guess we're going to be getting into that in just a second. I believe Patel is more of an honorary title for like a business owner or something like that.
I think they just migrated with everybody, and this is not a true story or this is not a fact, but I feel like they all migrated at once and said, let's buy a hotel.
Right.
Well, there was a gentleman that came over from that area where all the Patels were from, and a pat in India apparently is like an acre in America. So there was a gentleman that was an accountant on a pat of land, and he bought a hotel in America, and one by one, each family in the Indian community helped each other, and that's how they became hotels. That was told to me in a VIP line at the Westin Hotel or the conference center in Long Beach by a gentleman named Mr. Patel, because I was in the front of the VIP line as they're coming to meet me because I was the keynote speaker of the HOA. And the gentleman said, do you want to know why everybody in the line is named Patel? And I said, yes, I do. And that was the story he told me.
I don't believe it.
Well, you know what?
I will tell you, it's basically, it's run like a family business, right? So somebody buys a motel. They tell their cousins that, look, great investment. Why don't you come with me? You get 4 or 5 different people, and then the portfolio starts building up from there.
Yeah, and that's what I understand. But what's great is on this show, we talk sometimes a little bit too much about the same thing. What I love about what we're talking about today is your hotel is a completely new concept, and something that really hasn't been done before, and really something I don't understand. So I'll let Glenn introduce kind of the company, and you tell us and explain us what it is you're doing.
All right, so I'm excited to be participating in this as an advisory board member because it's different, and I love when entrepreneurs like to shake things up, Anthony. And we're moving towards a world of technology. We're moving towards a world where cryptocurrency is becoming more of a centerpiece as it comes out of the fringes of technology society into the mainstream. And Ken is looking to leverage both of these things in a fundamentally new and different way. Ken, I'm going to let you kick it off from there, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me, guys. It's a pleasure always being here. As you guys know, you were the first show that I did of this year that I said something exciting is coming and how I'm going to revolutionize this industry. So, I mean, speaking of this brand, it's the world's first technology and crypto hotel brand. Now, take, for instance, how we have room revenue. We focus so much on room revenue, and that's all we focus on when we talk about the investment of the hotel itself. What we've done here is now we're going to focus on crypto sales. We're going to focus on NFT sales. We're going to tokenize the hotel. So now you have different facets on how we're going to create revenue for a hotel brand such as EV. And we have our crypto ballroom that we're going to be able to look at physical assets and how do we maximize profits and sales. The NFT sales that are going to be in the lobby as well as in the rooms. We have great celebrities and athletes behind us that would provide NFTs for guest rooms. That takes the NFT of the guest room ADR per night all the way from $200 to $15,000 a night.
Hey, Ken, could you explain the whole NFT concept and how that relates to cryptocurrencies for people that don't really get it? And I got to be honest with you, this blockchain thing still confuses me, even though I've been talking about it for, I think, 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I would say the NFTs is basically like just treat it as a digital art. It's anybody can create an NFT. And just like Jack Dorsey, he sold his NFT for $6.2 million, I believe it was. And don't quote me on it, but
what is an NFT again?
I don't understand. Like, why do I care? Like,
what is an NFT? What is?
It's like a non-fungible token. That's what it is. It's a digital art, like a digital art. So, Anthony, if you go out and let's say you want to just create an NFT of you, just this screenshot right behind you, and with you in it, now it's uploaded somewhere and there's a code, and now it's somebody's physical artwork. You can buy that artwork, and that's what that NFT really does. It creates all these sorts of digital art. It's like the NFL. The NFL's doing this Thanksgiving Day tickets. It's NFT. And just all these other areas like the Hall of Fame with the
so what is an NFT ticket? Let's go slow for the 56-year-old in the room. What is an NFT ticket?
It's just a digital art. I mean, you're getting it in a digital art format.
So what is the ticket going to look like for the football game? And is that ticket more expensive or less expensive? Or is it just a piece of art on a ticket?
Well, you own it. You own it. Now you own that NFT. That means you can do whatever you want. You can hold on to it. You can sell it on the market.
So each person is getting a different NFT?
Correct.
All right. So
are they getting, one second, Glenn, is getting it digitally or are they getting it printed out?
Digitally. It's just basically a code. It's a digital art.
And then I can sell it.
Yes, you can sell it, whichever way you want to do it.
Okay, this sounds fascinating.
All right. So the whole idea here then is let me equate this to like limited edition prints or one of a kind artworks that we see physically. So this is basically about creating a whole new industry for people to consume art. I can now buy from you, Ken Patel. If you do your masterpiece and it's only one in digital format, I could purchase that from you And then because you're the man, everybody's going to want that piece of artwork. I can sell it right away to someone for more money or hold it just like any other good.
So Glenn, that's kind of like crypto, right? So crypto is basically you're betting, kind of like with NFT, you're betting that somebody alive is willing to pay more money than you bought it for. So a piece of art that went for $250 million, the reason it went for $250 million is because there's 10 people that want to buy it for $100 million and then $200 million. So it's all based on as long as the person next to me wants to pay more money. And that's why I think it's got a lot of people concerned. The crypto's got people concerned because it's not built on anything. Like our money's built on our economy. So NFT is similar.
Right. And that's exactly it. Is when you look at this community, Anthony, when we look at the cryptocurrency community, it's 10% of our population, 100 million users worldwide. Mastercard just partnered with good friends of mine here in Alpharetta called the Back Company. Now Mastercard will be able to accept crypto payments. Crypto.com bought the name rights to the Staples Center for 700 million. This community in this asset class is growing tremendously.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up. Buying the name for a stadium for 700 million is been going on for a very long time. Is just buying like advertising. What you're buying is you're buying advertising.
Well, that's what they're exactly doing.
So they're doing that to get all the people coming to the stadium to know their name, right? Like Citibank Stadium or like City Bike or so that to me is just advertising. This seems very different than that.
No, that's what I'm just trying to say is where crypto is,
right.
Where crypto was.
Right.
I've been a crypto investor and with Bitcoin since $140.
Wow.
Okay.
And what I would tell you, why I believed it so strong in it, and I still do to this day, and I forever will, it is a new asset class. It's the way we're going to travel. It's the way we're going to spend. And it's a one currency model, right? Instead of an exchange where we don't have to exchange currency when we go to other countries.
So why is it taking so long? And this is not a crypto discussion, like because I don't know whether to believe or not to believe or buy or not buy. I don't buy crypto, but I'm sure one day I'm going to buy a lot of it. But my question is why can't I go into most hotels today and use crypto?
Because it's like this. It's with technology. Our industry is so stagnant. We focus on our industry on a lot of other aspects.
And you really can't go anywhere and use crypto in most places.
I think the hotel in downtown Las Vegas, they take crypto.
There's a lot of hotels, Anthony, that do take crypto.
But in general, I'm just talking generalities. I can't go into most places and buy a soda in crypto.
No, most places not right now, but I can guarantee you that 2022, that will change.
That's going to be the year?
That is going to be the year. I mean, you see Tesla's already doing it. You're seeing these companies that are already doing it. A hotel deal now, Pavilion Hotel and Resorts was the first luxury group to do it. Kessler Corporation was the first U.S. one to do it. So now you're going to have more and more. Some of the Marriotts and Hiltons are doing it, but it's not considered to be
That's based on ownership as opposed to coming from the brand. So let me ask you this, Ken, so people don't get confused. So when you're talking about crypto, you're talking about the currency aspect of it, but NFTs are not directly tethered to crypto. It's something separate based on blockchain. It's the same idea, but something different. So I don't want people to get confused. So
it's separate.
And the other hand, we're talking about something that's collectible that could be sold for cash, that could be sold for cryptocurrency, could be sold, could be traded for 1,000 lasagnas, whatever.
Yeah, and I'll go back to our brand, right? So physically, every ballroom, we have no meeting rooms, we have no front desk. The fitness center is now the cycling studio. We moved everything that was traditional to being non-traditional.
Right.
Our ballrooms are anywhere from 15,000 square feet to 30,000 square feet, 2 floors. That's the crypto ballroom. Physically to buy, sell, and trade crypto. With seats.
Why would we need to do this in person if everything is online?
centric experience.
Yeah.
It's basically creating the centric experience that's never seen in hospitality. And the NFTs that are in rooms by famous athletes and celebrities. So now they can physically buy an NFT of an athlete and celebrity.
Right.
And it would be at a lower price point than what it would be called for the market itself.
Right.
So, and then, the F&B concept is provided with from one of the most famous chefs. That agreement's not physically signed up as of yet, but we're very close, and it's going to be announced very soon here.
So is Todd English going to sign today or tomorrow?
What's that again?
So Todd English is going to sign it today or tomorrow?
No, not Todd English. So, and then the loyalty program, I could tell you guys who the loyalty program is. It's Nodal. Nodal's the world's largest wireless network. They pull data from 1 billion IoT devices a month. And based on that, you would be earning points, and you don't even have to stay at the hotel. You could be walking in downtown, or not downtown, but in New York City, and you could be walking around, you'll be earning points. Now those points you can use towards the rooms and F&B, NFTs, cryptos, whatever you want. So we've kind of created different facets of this hotel brand that's never seen before.
Interesting. All right, so let's go back a little bit to where people could have a little bit more. Right. Brains are spinning here because it is kind of a complex. But I want to hold on to the crypto side for a moment, completely separate from the crypto aspect. I don't want people to get confused. This is a brand new hotel that's going to be focused more on technology as part of the integrated experience for you. So, Ken, how do you see that working and stuff?
So if we want to get away from the crypto side, I would probably tell you that the technology.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. And Rachel's our newest advisory board member as well. So
yeah, speaking of someone iconic, we're talking Calvin Stovall over here, who's going to be president as well.
You know what's interesting? There's 2 advisors on your advisory board that I know very well, Glenn and Rachel.
Oh, okay.
There's one advisor I know really, really well that's not on your advisory board.
Who's that? Anthony Malcory?
I don't know who Anthony Malcory is, but Anthony Malcory is not on your advisory.
We can definitely chat. We can definitely chat. I think, and going back to the technology piece, guys, here is that what I've done, I've created 2 different IPs.
Right.
So we've created our own IoT devices. Each room has 15 IoT devices controlled by the EV Smart app. That's one IP. The second IP is EV Human that you guys know about for a while.
Well, people who are tuning in today might not. Please share.
Yeah, and that is the world's first all-in-one PMS, contactless, and back office operations. Mm-hmm. And what I've done is I've added a component more to that and to make the PMS a mobile version. So I saw somebody ask, how are people going to check in? We have an experience desk that they're going to be checking in with the kiosks around the lobby, mm-hmm. and also contactless. The experience, every employee is called an experienced employee. Nobody has a title.
But so why can't I just check in with my phone? Why do I have to go to a kiosk?
No, you don't. You can check in by your phone. I mean, you check in 24 hours prior, just like an airline. And that's what you'll be able to do. You'll be able to get better centric experiences.
But how about if that guest doesn't check out by 3:00 and extends his room?
And you'll get an alert from the smart speaker saying it's time to check out.
No, but if they don't check out, then I have to get my room changed. So I do that at the kiosk, or do I get a note on my phone saying your room number has changed?
Yeah, you can do everything by your phone, Anthony. You can even dispute your bill by your phone. Okay. You can change your room number. You can upgrade your room, whatever you want. And, with our IoT devices, the EV Smart Mirror, we're integrating it now where you'll be able to take and check out and request things through the EV Smart Mirror as well.
Okay. And so as far as a room rate, you're basically competing like anything else, your comp set. Yeah. Whatever's in your comp set, you're going to get a star report, same thing.
Our focus isn't the room revenue, to be honest with you guys. Our focus at all here isn't the room revenue. We're not concerned what the rates are going to be. We're not concerned as to whether we want to sell it at $199, $299, $399, $149. We already have one item that's going to go across the United States on these brands in these locations, is what we call EB Black Friday. That will be a $99 rate for everybody to enjoy this hotel.
So So how do you make your money? Like where is
crypto and NFT?
Cold. What?
Well, crypto and NFT, and then our annual technology pit.
So how does crypto make you money? How does that work?
It's going to work with a physical crypto exchange that we're partnering with.
That's the aforementioned photo that we saw, right?
Yeah. So that is going to be a physical crypto exchange that we've partnered with. The NFT sales are obviously all the sales from the digital artwork that we're going to be loading into the lobby as well as into the rooms.
So the digital artwork, I will walk in and I will say, I want that piece of art, and then I will pay you for it.
Yes, and you get a code, and now you own it.
Right, now I own it. And what will set the price for that crypto art?
That for the NFT, you're saying, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that price will all be, it's going to vary. Now, what you're going to pay is going to be under market.
Got it.
It's not going to be over market. When you go take it to a market and you can sell it wherever you want, you're going to get a better price. Let's just say, for instance, a Patrick Mahomes NFT inside of a guest room, you might pay $20,000. I mean, and I know that NFT Patrick Mahomes out on the market is well worth over $20,000. So,
as long as he doesn't do a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but these are the kind of partnerships. We have over like 15 to 17 different partners.
Do you know Babe Ruth has an NFT? Wouldn't that be valuable?
And how that NFT came about is it's probably his trading card. Somebody made an NFT.
No, I'm being facetious. He'll come back and be an NFT, but probably if you have an original, it's very interesting and very speculative. So how do you? I'm going to get back to the business of this. How do you get a bank to fund this?
We have actually a lot of banks, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't say you didn't. I'm asking how do you convince them?
Because they believe in the crypto. They believe in the crypto asset and being the new asset class. Okay. They've seen what Bitcoin has done, $1.3 trillion market cap. The crypto overall just hit a new record of 3 trillion market cap.
But how do you know then? What evidence is there? This is again for the uninitiated who don't get it, that this will be a new asset class and not just people going crazy with speculation, and then the whole thing's going to evaporate in 6 more months.
I think you've got the big heads behind this. The big heads are definitely behind it, and I tell you, one of the biggest things that gave me a clear picture most recently was what Mastercard did. Mastercard physically said we're on board. That's why they partnered with BAC to accept crypto payments, and they're going to integrate all of it into their instruments now.
Now, is their percentage for crypto higher than their percentage for credit cards?
Lower.
Okay.
Lower. It's lower. And I think, Mastercard understood what is next here, right? When we look at this crypto in the United States and you compare it to crypto overseas, the European countries have implemented crypto faster when you're speaking of hotels. If you Google it, you'll find crypto more at hotels in the European countries than you are here in the United States. And, as you look at Miami's all about crypto. They've got their own crypto coin in Miami Coin. They've said people can pay their taxes with Bitcoin in crypto. And they can obviously do a lot more with it down in Miami. And it's happening. I think San Francisco just filed for their own coin. And then the new mayor there in New York City with you guys, Mayor Adams, he's all about crypto.
He wants to get his first 2 or 3 paychecks in crypto only.
Yeah, it's happening. I mean, if people don't believe,
is that what he said? Really? He said that?
Yes.
It's definitely happening. We're just first to market. and we're going to be first to market on a lot of things when it comes to this. We put together some strategic partnerships here that is going to scale this, and it goes about knowing how a hotel investment now is when we talk about each EV hotel, we feel and we know behind the data that each hotel will net anywhere from 20 to $30 million in annual revenue. And no longer do you need to look at this asset just based on room revenue.
But based on how many rooms?
Well, right behind you, Phoenix, 124 rooms. We're looking at about a $27 million revenue annually.
So if you have 120 rooms and you have 100 whatever millions of dollars in revenue, if I have a 400 room hotel,
well, you'll kill it.
If crypto doesn't tie into my room revenue and how many rooms I have, then what's the difference? Why don't I just have one room? Why do I need any room?
We've had conversations like Miami is about 70 rooms in South Beach. And, California on a monstrous project that they're doing, 900 million, we're putting a 300 room hotel. But for the reason for that is because they need accommodations. I don't think it has to play with what EV's doing. It's more of they want people to utilize, and they feel with the NFT sales inside the guest rooms, they'll be able to build a better centric experience.
And what does EV mean?
When I ring the bell on NASDAQ, you'll find out.
Sounds like evolution.
Find out now. I had you on the show. We had you on the show first, so tell us now.
It's my secret sauce, it's my secret sauce.
Oh, shit. He's Bitcoin. He's the guy that invented Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony, it's Banksy. That's why he's so into the NFTs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to go back to that, I mean, you can make partnerships with people like Banksy that could do like a single thing for somebody to buy at whatever price they set it at, or limited editions, that sort of thing. That's where you're talking about Mahomes and, all of that kind of stuff. And do these people hope, and I guess these people hope, like any other piece of artwork or a fancy classic car or your comic book collection or whatever it is, that it'll rise in value and somebody else will be out there to purchase it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you guys this as well. We're 2 weeks away from having our own NFTs. We would be the first hotel brand in the world to have its own NFT. EV Hotel will have its own NFT.
Okay, so when you say, so I'm going to go back to, again, the people out there going, oh, that sounds interesting, but really have no idea what you mean. When you say you're going to be the first hotel in the world to have your first NFT, what does that look like?
It's going to look very different. We're going to focus on our designs. We're going to focus on our leadership. We're going to focus on even people on our advisory board. These are the people behind the vision. So this is almost a collector's item, right? Let's say this brand gets 60 hotels by the end of next year, gets maybe 200 locations by the end of next year. Who knows what it might be, right? The scale that we're on is just tremendous. So, and the people that see this vision understand this is really the new hospitality throughout the world. Right now, we have Costa Rica, Dominican, the people that own resorts down there very interested. So, I think this NFT is going to be very exclusive to know, just like you're talking about Babe Ruth, right, Anthony? Now, 20 years from now, if somebody held on to this NFT, what would it be worth? If this hotel brand, I don't know what it can be. Can be the number one global brand of the world? I don't think it'll get there, but I could be wrong, but.
Well, if you're lucky, you'll be wrong. Well, I am going to get down on this. I'm going to start issuing Glen FTs, I think, because I think make some big money on that.
Listen, I'm a pretty, I say anything's possible, but I also am the person that said Starbucks wouldn't work and no woman's going to buy shoes online. So,
well, you're a great candidate for that advisory board. I mean, Hotel Impossible. I mean,
I don't think you have enough time to answer all my questions. I'm
always, I think you ask Glenn, I'm always there. I answer everybody on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter what title you have. And I'm that kind of person. And I think that's why we have this sort of exposure, is people believe in this vision, right? And I would tell you guys, this is a lot of things I've seen in this industry for a very long time is we haven't moved. There's been no movement. The people we have behind our vision, the quarterback of the Houston Texans, that's our now new chief impact officer. Brian J. Esposito, that's our chief strategy officer with 70 holdings, 20 offices worldwide. You know, great friends with Kathy Ireland and her team and Gordon Ramsay and all these other people. We're getting so many different sorts of people that never ventured into this industry. And now we're bringing them together. People ask me this every day is like, you have a bunch of people that are in hospitality. I'm like, why do I need people that are just hospitality? Why don't we listen and find out what all these other minds have and get them into hospitality? And that's what I'm doing.
So when you go and you when was the last time you bought something in crypto that like outside, like at a retail store, a hotel, or a restaurant?
Just the other day from Travela. Travela is the online travel company.
No, not online, where you walk into a store and use crypto.
Where was I? I was just at somewhere and I bought with Bitcoin.
And how do you do it? How do you buy it?
And what is like something cost? 0.0000001 Bitcoin or something?
No, how do you buy it with Bitcoin? On your phone?
Yeah, with the crypto wallet. So you can physically, there's like Robinhood's coming out with their own crypto wallet. Coinbase has it. There's a lot of exchanges that have it.
Deducts it from your crypto, puts it in their crypto, and then the next day, if that crypto goes from 2,000 to 20,000, they just made $18,000 on your crypto.
Pretty much.
That's where. So that's where you're making the money.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. And I would tell you this, Anthony, as well, is there's hotels that accept crypto, right? But they're not accepting crypto. They're still taking it in as cash. Who's accepting the crypto is companies like BitPay. That's who they're partnering with to accept the crypto. So BitPay gets the crypto, then BitPay pays the hotel in cash. Does that make sense?
And then BitPay takes whatever the differential is for themselves over time.
Yeah. So BitPay is the one who's profiting.
As long as they sell it, as long as they sell it at the right time.
So EV Hotel is BitPay. So we're not a third party. We take in that money.
Are you going to be taking cash or traditional credit cards, or is it just?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anybody's going to pay with it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to, I will tell you this, guys, by the time that first hotel behind you opens, this crypto will be so enormous that the people that were left behind in what I call FOMO, fear of missing out, is don't have that FOMO. Get on it now, because this is happening.
I'm seeing like UFC, they're sponsored by Crypto.com. What is that? What is
Crypto.com is the same company that bought the Staples Arena. Not bought it, but put their naming rights.
For like
Crypto.com has their naming rights on a lot of major venues throughout the world.
But what do they do is what I'm asking.
They're an exchange. That's where you can buy crypto.
Okay. How do they mine for it?
With the Crypto.com, I'm not really sure how they actually do that. I'm not too much into, so where I buy a lot of stuff is Robinhood, E-Trade. I buy from Public. That's
you can buy crypto on E-Trade?
Not on E-Trade, on Public, on Robinhood. I have stocks on E-Trade, but you know, on Robinhood, Public, you can do Coinbase. I know our legal team's going to hate me for saying this, but I'm not a fan of Coinbase. But, you know, Public is Robinhood's competitor. If you guys want to, for your audience too, go to Public. Public's a great app. It's got a social media feed. It just added a bunch of new cryptos in there. A lot of the metaverse cryptos are very hot right now, like Sandbox. If they want to invest into Sandbox, it just jumped up $1.50 today to over $5.
What's Sandbox?
Sandbox is a metaverse crypto. Metaverse is big. I mean, everyone can thank Zuckerberg for that. Since that's why Facebook switched their name to Meta, because they are really focused on the metaverse concept, the VR, AR. You know, and we're going to have that inside of EV as well.
The more you talk, the older I feel.
You know, but guys, see, the only thing when I tell you we also have an esports component to this brand as well.
That I think is
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, we have an esports component, 24/7 ESTV. You know, we're going to be doing a lot of things with esports on this facility. So it's this entire lifestyle. Like when I hear these brands and when people say lifestyle, I'm like, this is not lifestyle. What do you have in there that's lifestyle? Let's get with the program here and let's create the ultimate centric experience here. Right. And that's what we need to do.
And really, this isn't about you or crypto or EV or anything. This is about the way this is what you're betting on. You're not betting on crypto or EV. You're betting on the consumer is wanting EV and crypto. That's what you're betting on.
Yeah, and we know it's there, Anthony. We know it's there. When you talk about the 10% of our population are crypto users, that was as of June. As of 2 weeks ago, that number has climbed to 17% now.
And when you say users, do you mean investors or you mean actually using it?
Yeah, users as investors. So
if I'm investing in it, why would I want to go down to the store and buy anything with it? Because then I won't have that money anymore and I could be losing out on big profits.
It's just the same thing as cash. I mean, if you had $1 million, why would you want to spend cash, right?
Right.
It's whether crypto goes up or down. Like if you're at the highest level, let's say Bitcoin currently is at 56, 57,000, went up to 64. You know, it's at a high point. Why wouldn't you want to buy something?
Yeah, right. but this is my bigger question, not only for crypto, but for stocks in general. There's a whole generation that's only seen stocks go up.
Right.
Like if you look at a stock portfolio in the last 3 or 4 years, you'll be like, oh my God, that's all I got to do is invest in stocks and I'm going to be a billionaire, right? All our portfolios, you look at our portfolios and you're like, oh my God, right? So that's all we've seen. Crypto too. We've only seen crypto really go up and sometimes it goes down, but mostly it goes up. What happens when reality catches up to the stock market and to crypto and all these kids, all these young people that are investing in it? Just like the stock market, they flee. And it's, you can go back for the last 100 years and the people that come in that are novices at the stock market leave and don't come back. And they're like, oh, I lost a lot of money. People like us, I would imagine yourself as well, invest and walk away and just know that we invested well.
You got to know the right time, right? I think so.
And that's the thing they teach you. Number one, they never know the right time.
Yeah, I think what people have to learn from February 19th this year all the way up to August, the market was down, right? Based on a lot of different aspects. You have to know there's a lot of SPACs now. So before it was so hard to go to IPO. Now you have the SPAC mergers. Now you have a lot of different IPOs. The EV market is on fire, with Lucid, with Tesla. Now you got Revan. And that market will keep jumping up because now you're having a lot of EVs and the focus of the electric vehicles with zero emissions. And I think what Europe or UK said by 2030, I don't know where the number is for US. And based on a lot of that, a lot of these EVs are saying buy with crypto. They're saying buy with crypto. So you're having a lot of the EVs saying we're accepting crypto payments for you to buy the car. And that is what is happening too, is they're scaling the market even bigger. And Tesla is the number one component. I mean, Elon Musk has said he owns Doge, he owns Bitcoin. Every time Elon Musk says something wrong with Bitcoin, that thing tanks.
Yep.
So
interesting. So Ken, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the hotel if possible. So one of the issues we've been having is labor. So how do you see labor for this 124 room hotel?
There are no employees.
The same title and stuff. So
I love when you bring that up, Glenn, because that's my number one thing in this brand when I created it was labor.
Yeah.
The industry average is 16 to 18% of revenue for the labor percentage. EV hotel is 10 to 12%. And I would tell you guys why that happens. Our IoT devices that I created focus on two different aspects, centric guest experience and operational deficiencies. No longer will your engineer need to do PMs. One of our IoT devices is a water leak detector. Now, it also, the universal remote that is the IoT in the room can make anything that is infrared now come into EV Smart. So it'd be a live energy management tool. So this is where we'll know everything live. No longer does the engineer need to go in the room and see if the PTAC's working.
Right. And let me just throw in there, IoT stands for Internet of Things. That's all the little devices that we have that talk to the internet, from your Apple Watch to your refrigerator to a lot more components in the hotel. Please continue.
Yeah, Bluetooth as long as it's connected to Bluetooth. And it's like your Alexa speaker, and just like you were saying, Glenn. So and then when we take out the front desk component and we have an experienced desk, it's just an experienced desk. For instance, when people are checking in, if they're an EV member, the one employee takes them up to the room, make sure, how's their room? Is everything to their satisfaction? Great. That's all they do, right? No longer do we focus on how many arrivals do you have, how many checkouts you have, the automation of housekeeping, lessen their task. Everybody's just an experienced employee, so they're all cross-trained. And that's where we brought in a company like Orwide that's creating all our training programs. I'm sure you guys know that company. They worked with all the major brands. Jim's a great guy. So we've kind of brought in all these different pieces to make sure, how do we control the labor aspect? We have the automation on the vending machines, the smart speakers. All of these things help out that labor component, even in the laundry side.
Now I'm going to ask you the most difficult question you're going to answer all day. How do you keep the third parties out?
One word, and I'm in development of it, is blockchain. OTA disruptor. That's all I got.
Tell me how that works.
I can't tell you right now.
You have to
I will tell you next time I come on here. I think we'll be finished by the next time we come on here.
Look at this. All these teases trying to get back on November. Which
I think, to tell you guys, I've said this for a while, and I told you guys this January. Everything I'm doing is going to revolutionize this industry globally. And that is what my focus is. I told you guys this even after January, is that Kayak was going to create their own hotel brand. They started with Miami in March, and then they just acquired 2 more in Mexico, Kayak, Rio, and Seoul. They're in development. These OTAs are using their members as their CRM now for their hotel brand. Expedia is next. Expedia is going to create their hotel brand. I will tell you, I'm so positive about that. That whether it happens now or next year or 2023, it's going to happen.
Of course.
And
the TripAdvisor starts a review site in order to get your reservation.
Yeah, and we have to do something. I think and I don't want to say anything bad about the brands themselves, but they need to get up with more innovations. They need to figure out that, look, we have this much capital, we have this much going on. If Hilton says we did really well, we killed our quarter, our stock price rose through the roof, then what are you doing about innovations and technology? I mean, we need to focus more on that.
So what you're saying, I think, is a lot of these larger corporations are spending a lot of time focused on Wall Street profitability and exchanging short-term for what they should really be thinking about in the long term. But I'd also add, Ken, it's really hard for a lot of these larger organizations to recognize and you put in place changes and then finally do the pivot. So somebody,
I think that's the toughest thing. I think one of the Wall Street guys that told me most recently, he said that since you're able to start from the ground and kind of implement all these things, like we don't have a design PIP. We have an annual technology PIP. That means our guys will go out there and ladies will go out there and make sure if we're up with the technology every year.
Well, what happens with the rooms when the rooms get old in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years? We don't
see that happening. I think we have the best people, Anthony, and we feel like what we're going to deliver here. EV provides a brokerage arm. And with that brokerage, we're the first hotel brand to do this. We provide the construction, we provide the architect, the FF&E, the interior designers, the civil engineer. All of this all in one for the hotel year. So every hotel looks the same.
No, but when beds have to be changed out, if you don't hold that standard, what happens is what I'm asking.
I don't think it'll be a problem when they see what they're making.
Okay.
I think when they see the revenue that's coming into this brand, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? When you focus on one single item, like room revenue at every single hotel, and we saw the pandemic, when you don't have room revenue, what are these hotels now? They're nothing. If you don't have other revenue streams, your business is no good.
What happens if crypto starts to tank? Just in the flow of things, just like
I
stocks
I
tank.
think you're seeing that right now. You're seeing it as a roller coaster. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. And you guys have and we have people like the CEO, president of SoftBank, that's right here in Miami, Marcio. He has a big component of crypto as well. They're doing so much work in Brazil, South America with it, right? Around the world, even India, even UK, even Europe. You're having so many leaders get behind this that it's not going to go anywhere.
Listen, I think it's going to be a huge. I think it's going to be a huge success, and
Yeah,
I think it takes a visionary to jump on board of something, and you apparently have thought of everything.
I know, dude, and the reason why I'm so excited about this is honestly, I don't understand a good chunk of what's going on here, but it sounds right to me. And I'm at the age now, Ken, where I understand that there's a lot of smart people doing a lot of things that I don't necessarily.
Yeah, you don't even know what we're doing on the podcast half the time, so.
That is.
I tell you guys, there's a lot more coming. You know, in 2022, we call it the year of the tiger, the year of EV, and you know, there's so much excitement. I mean, so much excitement. I tell you, even like you guys know that I invested a long time ago in Bitcoin, but my blood and sweat is in this industry since 15 years old when my parents didn't have money and I went out and got a job at a front desk. I worked my way up in this industry, and I feel for the industry, the employers, the employees, the owners, and I mean, what I've done even with these locations, and I want to kind of talk about this a little bit, is every EV location we've partnered with a major university. With Phoenix, we partnered with Arizona State University to help with their hospitality program, teach their kids what a hotel really operates, and they're going to be doing
a good young workforce in there too.
They're going to be doing internships, and we're going to do that all around wherever we are. And I think we want to now cater to this industry in a way that we got to teach these kids what hospitality is really about.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem we have, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest problem. I mean, no one caters to these universities on their hospitality programs.
Right.
You know,
no, not at all.
Not at all. And I mean, we need people to stand up and kind of go and teach these students. I just had a 15-year-old reach out to me saying that he wants me to be his mentor. He thinks I'm doing great work. I'm like, what do you need? You know, what do you need from me? You know, and I think that's where I see our executives up here that are not doing that. I think they need to be more focused with that. You know, and I said, even on the labor side, even what Anthony's saying with the stock market, yeah, we have crypto millionaires. They felt like they were underappreciated, and a lot of those come from hospitality. They became crypto millionaires, and we're going to have that. So the only way is we got to educate the people that are in those two college universities and kind of make sure they stay there.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's. I think we got to wrap it there. We're running out of time. Ken, this has been super, super, super interesting. How can people learn more about EV Hotel Group?
I'm going to have a brain transplant after this.
Yeah. Well, actually, if people want to check out EV Hotel Group, the website's very easy. It's evaihotels.com. If you guys want to follow EV Hotel, we're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram. LinkedIn, we've got a very large following. Over 6,800 people are following our company page. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I'm on there as well. So we look forward. We appreciate everyone's support, and everyone out there. Happy Thanksgiving, and stay safe.
Take care, Ken. Gobble, gobble. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Be good.
Stop saying gobble, gobble, please.
Sorry, man. Sorry to make you do that. Wow. Well, this is really cool. I'm confused, excited.
But you're on the advisory board. You better not be confused.
Well, I'm not confused. I mean, I don't understand how some of the technology bits and stuff work, But
Well,
again,
listen,
why it's important and how this is going to help redefine things.
listen, the stock market is a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin's a risk. Everything's a risk. Getting in an Uber's a risk. Everything's a risk. So
I'm heavily invested in that.
it's your understanding of risk, and it takes one person to start something, whether it be Amazon or Apple or Microsoft or Uber or whatever we use today. All started with a person that said everybody was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing stuff that I haven't heard of before. So it'll be very interesting, and I look forward to the first EV hotel.
And that's the whole thing, man. I mean, you got to have visionaries out there. I just think I'm totally blanking on his name, but the guy that started Netflix, for example, people thought he was crazy.
Right.
Successful.
Oh, I thought Netflix was crazy because they were sending you cassettes back and forth. I was like, no one's going to do that. But Zappos is the one that I always go back to. I was like, shoes? Yeah. Woman's going to buy a shoe online and then return it online. Go screw yourself. I was like, that'll never work. Now I buy every single I just bought a pair of New Balance online. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I bought some Vionics online recently.
All right.
So all the major shoe companies are represented here on No Vacancy Live. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching us today. Remember, if you want to get the audio podcast, because you're probably going to want to go over this one over and over and over and over again, learn all about those NFTs and all that kind of good stuff. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all of the places you get your podcast. Well, that's where we are. If you want to speak to him, he's at Anthony Hotels. And I, of course, am at Traveling Glenn. You ready to get out of here?
Yes, sir. As long as you don't say gobble, gobble, I'm good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Pete Hastings. That's it. Thank you, producer. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Catch you all later. Peace out. See you soon. Oh, yeah. Wait. Don't forget, you've got one life. So blaze on, Ed.
Be kind to yourself.
There we go.